Hi, everyone. Welcome to my Lab 9 presentation. My name is Sydney. I'm going to be presenting on bacterial diversity and the medical conditions that they cause. So today I'll be sharing what I learned about 3 different bacterial shapes, which is cocci, bacilli, and spirilla, and how each one is linked to a different disease. By the end, you'll see how tiny structural differences in bacteria can lead to big differences in how they actually affect us. So here we go. So, the first condition that I'll talk about is pneumonia, which is caused by the bacterium Streptococcus pneumoniae. This bacterium has a cocci shape, which means that it's round and it's gram positive. So, it appears purple underneath the microscope because of the thick peptidoglycan cell wall. Pneumonia is a lung infection that can cause fever, chills, coughing, and chest pain. It's spread through droplets in the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Treatment usually includes antibiotics like penicillin or amoxicillin, and in some cases, vaccines can actually prevent infection altogether. So let's move on to our next bacterial shape. So, the second condition is a urinary tract infection or UTI, which is often caused by Escherichia coli or E. coli for short. These bacteria are bacilli, meaning they are rod shaped and they're gram negative, so they appear pink after gram staining. UTIs are super common, especially in women. Symptoms include painful urination, the urge to urinate frequently, and lower abdominal discomfort. They're typically transmitted when E. coli from the intestinal tract enters the urinary tract, which is often through poor hygiene or after sexual activity. Treatment involves antibiotics and drinking plenty of fluids to help flush out the bacteria. So now we're going to switch it over to a spiral shaped bacterium that actually lives in the stomach. So that brings us to our third example is Helicobacter pylori. This is a spirilla shaped bacterium, meaning it has a spiral or a corkscrew shape. It is gram negative and it's known for surviving in the harsh acidic environment of the stomach. H. pylori is responsible for causing stomach ulcers and sometimes chronic gastritis. Symptoms may include stomach pain, bloating, nausea, and loss of appetite. It is transmitted through contaminated food, water, or saliva, and treatment usually includes a combination of antibiotics and acid reducing medications like proton pump inhibitors. So it's amazing to think that something so small can survive in the stomach acid and cause so much discomfort. So, what fascinated me the most about this activity is how much a bacterium's shape and the cell wall structure affects its behavior, staining, and treatment. For example, the gram negative bacteria, such as E. coli and H. pylori, are often harder to treat because their outer membrane protects them from antibiotics. It really shows how important microbiology is to medicine. Understanding the structure helps doctors to actually choose the right treatment. So thank you so much for watching my presentation. If you found it interesting or if you have questions about bacteria or the conditions that I mentioned, feel free to comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much. Bye.